into his touchscreen.
Hey!
Hello.
We saw Divergent 2, or as it's otherwise known, Insurgent.
Yeah.
Okay. We did not actually see, we went through down, she'll be joining us in just a second. We did not see Divergent. So we just skipped the first movie and came right to the second one.
Yeah, I had no knowledge of the movies or the books or anything.
And from there, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good movie. It just, it takes...
It has problems. It has problems, but...
Yeah, and you really have to adjust to it being a sequel.
That you haven't seen the first part of, but it doesn't, like... It fills you in enough. Like, there was a pretty decent recap of what happened. Mm-hmm. Like, some and such person died, such and such person died, this person's an evil bitch.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I've actually seen it twice now. Once because I had literally nothing else to do, so I was just like, what's showing right now? They're just like, we've got Insurgent. I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that. The trailers actually made it look pretty damn good. You haven't seen any trailers of it though.
No, I haven't.
Okay, but thank God Liliana's here because I'm already running out of things to say.
This will be the shortest one ever.
We're both just struggling with the fact that we just don't have much to say about the movie.
I do not have a lot to say about the movie.
Well, because it was basically good, and we just don't know much about the series.
Yeah.
It's because you guys didn't see the first one.
Well, I didn't even know there was a first one. Like, I didn't know these movies existed.
Really? You have something in your hair.
Sure I do.
Sorry.
Let's see if he does. It's got good acting for the most part. It's got good action, surprisingly good action.
Yeah, I was actually surprised by that.
And, the setup's a bit wonky. Like, no thanks. Like, they're way attached to their super clunky word names for things.
Yeah.
Like, the smart people are called erudite. And, like, I know that word, but no one uses that word.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I really like that they use it because then I think it helps define their faction. I mean,
That's true.
In the candor, when he says thank you for
Candor
your
is
candor,
truthful.
I mean, I don't know, I like it.
It's clunky to describe it, though. Like, it's a clunky word.
Yeah.
Dauntless is not a fun word to say.
Yeah, it's just... Yeah.
Amity and... What was the other one?
Amity,
Abnegation. That's the big one.
Yeah,
Abnegation is the
abnegation,
one
yeah.
where I'm like, wow, I haven't even heard of that word.
Like, I had heard of the word, but it took me a second to remember what it meant. That's how rarely that word gets used.
But, so in this one, like, I guess in the last movie, the smart people, erudites, attacked the selfish abnegations.
And they blamed it on the Warriors.
Okay, no. All right, so what happened?
Okay, you saw it, so fill us in.
So in Divergent, the very first movie, basically, erudite has this thing where they want to eradicate every... You're trying to get me in frame?
Yeah.
No.
You weren't in frame.
I just saw you, like, shifting. Never mind.
Go on. Everyone's in a faction.
So they're all split up into factions based on what they're measured with this serum that's supposed to tell them exactly what they're, I guess, most inclined to, like, feel, act, think, everything. So Triss, who always wanted to be a dauntless person ever since she was really, really little, decides, since that she's divergent, she's just going to try and go into the dauntless faction anyway. And they do get the ability to choose if they feel like they know themselves better than the serum does.
Which just... I understand it's important for her to be able to pick her faction in terms of the plot, but in terms of this society, them taking a test that tells them what they are, and then being allowed to choose in counter to the test just doesn't seem right.
Well, see, okay, so they do their test, and then they go through their choosing ceremony, and most people will just choose what the test told them to. They're not going to go, like, completely out of left field and choose something different. But she doesn't have anything to choose.
Well, they said I'm dauntless, but I'm thinking I'll go Amity.
Yeah, you know. But so, with that, Erudite, kind of behind closed doors, is planning to essentially overthrow Abnegation, who was the law or the governing part. And the thing was, is they were the governing faction because they were supposed to be the selfless one. They would think about what was in the greater
Best for
good.
the people.
Yeah, instead of themselves. And Erudite was thinking that because they were smart, they should be the governing faction. But you know what's scary is I can really see this faction system happening. Like, I could see it becoming a thing.
I could see it being tried. I could also see it failing epically
Okay,
for the
don't-
reasons we just saw.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
yes, I don't see it being successful, but I do see it happening.
Because here's the thing, greed is a distinct possibility in 4 of the 5 factions.
Yeah.
Well, I think the only one really that isn't greedy is, what is it?
Abnegation.
Abnegation.
Well, Abnegation's destroyed. I really don't see Amity being like,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm gonna take this.
They're
way
were
too
very
nice.
Amish. They were very Amish. We started out the movie with them.
I really like how they did it though, because they
There was a
the
very
way it was all
clear
built around
like,
that one tree. was
clothing
really pretty.
style and living quarters difference between the Dauntless, the Candor, and the Amity, and the Erudites. Like, they are very distinctive. So that's
Yeah.
that.
Did you
there's
guys
that.
notice though that in Candor they split men and women up?
Huh?
Did you notice that?
What do you mean they split
Like
them up?
all the women
So
in like
all
the
the
white
women
dresses
were
come
in the
pouring
white
out of one
dresses?
level.
Oh.
That was, they were not
That was
together.
subtle, yeah.
I thought that just happened to be the one place they were at. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was interesting that they did that.
Now,
I don't know. I mean, I think that Insurgent, while being really good, like with action, is really going to just lay out the plot for the next movie. I think that's also how
Which is-
Divergent was. I mean, it was just a lot of this is what's happening, and you get a little action at the end, and I get the same kind of feeling from Insurgent. I don't know if the next movie will be as awesome, but
if they're splitting one book into 2 movies again, then it's gonna have Mockingjay syndrome.
Can we stop that? Okay, look.
that bothers me.
Harry Potter did it because they needed to. There was too much book there to split, to do in one.
Like, okay,
thing.
yeah, that whole first movie is mostly just camping, but it was pretty damn important character development.
Yeah, I mean, there was too much important material in Harry Potter 7 to make it into one movie without it being 5 hours long. I was okay with that. In fact, I supported that idea. But then Twilight did it, and Hunger Games did it, and they split the friggin' Hobbit into 3 movies.
Which could have easily have just been 2.
Well, actually, The Hobbit itself could have been 1, but
It would have been one, like, Star Wars movie where it's like 4 hours long.
no, 2 hours. But what they did was they brought in a bunch of extra material from the
Lore source material.
yeah
They made-
from the extra
look,
book.
Of all those examples, The Hobbit is the one that everyone is aware of was made into 3 movies simply for the money. And
Yes.
everyone was on board with that because they were very upfront about it.
Yes.
It's like, why did you make it into 3 movies? Money.
I mean, I get that, you know, Divergent, Insurgent. What is he? I don't even know.
It's
what
something
the
that
la-
starts with an A and ends with ERT.
Wow. All right.
I saw it at
get
the
that
I saw it
them
at the
doing
bookstore.
like, book by book. I get it, but I see no reason to split the third one into 2 movies. But I haven't read that third book, so
It irritates me.
maybe
The
maybe
Mockingjay
we'll read it.
Mockingjay Part 1 got knocked pretty hard for basically having no plot because it was clearly just a setup.
They
for the next
could have
movie.
done so much more with that movie. I mean, let's be honest.
I know I can't say anything because I haven't read the books or seen the movies.
Okay, I read the books and I saw all the movies that they've done so
You
far.
know what your problem is? They just don't make movies out of the books you do read.
No, they don't. Now, sometimes that's a good thing, but
They make books out of movies out of books you wouldn't read and would just
Yeah,
bypass on the shelf.
I mean, come on, give me a book. Give me a book based on Nightfall. That'd be amazing.
I mean,
a movie based
The
on
reason I skipped seeing Divergent is because it looked very Hunger Gamesy and it looked very derivative of the whole YA action movie
Well, you know,
trend that
Shailene Woodley is compared to Jennifer Lawrence a lot.
Yeah, and so I didn't bother seeing it, but then I saw the previews for this one, and it actually looked good. Like, they've got a whole section of like just trippy mind simulator stuff that's actually really well done.
Yeah, I thought that was actually Very well done.
On more than one occasion, they trick you as to whether you're in the sim or not.
That was weird. Like where
Oh, and there's a
she
couple.
basically completed 2 sims without even realizing.
Yeah. And there's a couple of dream sequences that'll mess with your head.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like, Mother, why are you being so creepy? Oh, it was a dream. Thank God.
God. Just enough to mess with your.
Yeah.
Just.
So don't go see this movie if you're on like drugs or something.
Yeah, probably not a good LSD movie. Because for most of it, you'll be bored, but then there will be moments that will just blow your mind.
Oh, yeah. See, the one part that kept bugging me is, you know, that she has to go through these tests for the different factions. And the test for the kindness faction was all about buildings exploding. Why?
Well, no, it was because she was refusing to forgive herself. So I think that was just sort of the outlet that was happening. Like,
Representation of internal strife. I get it.
yeah.
Yes, but twice in a row,
understand that.
we
Yeah.
see buildings exploding for no reason.
Well, it is a simulation. No one said it was going to be like
Logical.
making sense.
But, God, that really bugged me.
But you know what? They really set that up in the beginning of the movie
Yeah, they did.
for the kindness bit.
They set it up hard.
Yeah, I mean, this is my second time seeing it, and I didn't really notice that they set it up. But now, having watched it twice, I'm like, yeah, that was a little heavy-handed build-up.
It was like,
The only reason I did notice the first time is because they really heavy-handedly build it up in the beginning, and then they just kind of let it sit and don't really touch
well,
it.
because
Yeah, they-
Trish just in general, she never learns how to forgive herself.
yeah, they touched on it, I think, one other time throughout the movie.
Well, they touch on it
when they give her the truth serum, which I feel like should be really handy and used more often. It's like,
I mean,
hey,
that could be a
evil
scary
lady,
thing to have.
We've heard rumors that you do evil things. We're just gonna check and give you a truth serum just to make sure you're not being evil. Holy shit, she's being evil.
Yeah, but you know what? Like,
Problem
I
solved.
don't really think that Janine believes she's being as evil. She really
no,
thinks
she doesn't believe she's being evil.
I mean, she really thinks that she is doing this for the greater good. It's almost like Nazi syndrome in a way, like, because she really has this thought of this is what's going to make the world
I
go
think that's
round,
exactly what it is.
go better.
Yeah,
and
very much.
It's kind of scary.
I don't know. My only gripe with the setup of this movie and everything is that the bit where they get hit with the targeting darts and the Divergent people don't fall asleep.
That is in their genetic makeup.
But that's exactly
how it was
it.
in the
That's,
first movie.
I know, but that's exactly how genetics don't work.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how chemistry doesn't work.
I gotta remember that this is a movie.
I know. I just, it blatantly establishes really wrong science and then uses it consistently like
Yeah.
it's correct.
Yeah, that does
Like
bug
if,
us.
you know, if they hadn't drawn attention to it and just said, "Oh, this was specially formulated to work on candor," like, "Oh, we made this so it would work on the candor people." That's why they.
And if they're having to switch out darts every time they go to a different place, that would have made a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I would have been more for it. But then they're like, "Oh, this is specifically designed to work on everyone who doesn't have more than one personality trait."
But that would actually, I mean, what if personality traits are a genetic thing?
I don't like to think that.
No, but seriously, I
But
mean,
then-
no one is the same person as you. I mean, like, you and I aren't, like, really the same, right? Like, we don't think the same, we don't
then
act the same.
what about the faction lists?
So the faction list, they don't fit into anything at all.
So what happens
so
to
it
them?
is essentially a divergent. But they had, I think, traits, what was it, in the first movie...
They said it was like Divergent is too many traits.
You think too many.
Factionless is
is
not
not
enough.
enough.
Right. So my question is what do the darts do to them?
That's a good question.
So I would imagine that it wouldn't work on them either, because it isn't focusing on that specific genetic makeup.
Now, the darts having mind control, like radio mind control.
Yeah,
now,
that-
that is devious.
That was evil.
That was like, holy shit, she's gonna shoot up all the other factions with these things.
Yeah, that
And
was.
she's gonna have literal mind control of everybody.
That was dirty.
That was smart, though. I mean,
They are the erudite. So there is that. Final recommendation, it's a good movie.
It's worth the money, I'd say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got it. We got in pretty cheap because weirdest thing ever. I pay for my ticket, and for some reason the lady prints up 2 tickets. So then she's like, Liliana, just go.
It worked.
She was just like, it's too much trouble to have you pay and whatever.
So I'm not quite awake yet. It's all right.
I mean, Steven got in for free because of magic.
Yes.
Right, we'll go-
I'm just that good.
Yes, he's magic. That's how he got in.
Like, they didn't see me, I just teleported into the theater.
Turned invisible.
Be so
And you know, having not seen the first one, I am interested as to where the story's going. Now, whether I'm actually going to watch the movies is a different story. I might just look up where it goes.
See, I feel like I want to go watch the original to see what I missed, and then I might see the next one.
If they weren't doing that stupid split it into 2 movie thing, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of
that's where that's why I'm a little iffy on seeing the next couple of movies.
I'm gonna make James take me.
See,
The movie.
see, because I almost feel like we should try to, not go see the double movies.
Just sort of as a boycott thing.
Yeah, but I can't resist.
That's
I
how
have
they.
to go
That's
see
how
it.
they get you. All right, so
like
Steven, start us driving, keep it running, and we'll do previews while you drive.
Okay.
This will be fun. It's an experiment.
Yay.
We have to go pick up Jackie. All right, so first preview was Pitch Perfect 2.
Was that the first one?
Yeah, that was the first
I
preview.
think that was the last one.
That was one of the last ones.
Yeah.
No, Pitch Perfect 2 was the first one.
No.
I wrote them down in
No.
order.
You actually wrote them down?
Yeah, he always writes them down.
Okay, so, but anyway, Pitch Perfect 2. I didn't see Pitch Perfect 1, but it's got some recognizable actresses in it, and the preview was kind of funny.
Yeah, the original Pitch Perfect I think it's a good
It was
movie.
good.
It's another one of those competition movies, but they do the smart thing and go to college instead of high school, and
Which certainly helps with some of the actresses being in their late 20s.
yeah, so it actually I think it's a good movie. The second one looks like it'll be pretty good as well.
It was just weird seeing me seeing the chubby actress, because I saw her in
What's her name?
Pain. I saw her in Pain and Gain, and Pain and Gain is a very, very.
Crap.
We good?
Yeah, I think we're fine.
Still recording?
Is it?
Yeah, we're recording.
Pain
Okay,
and
good.
Gain is still a. Pain and Gain is a very rated R. Okay, pass it back here. I'll hold it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the camera just will not be looking at me. Okay.
So we know driving while recording is not a good idea.
Or drinking Monster, apparently.
I don't want to spill it all over me.
Okay, so for the next one, we had Inside Out, the Pixar movie.
Oh, that one I really, really want to see.
Yeah, that actually looks pretty
so,
good.
you hadn't
so
seen hadn't
cute.
seen that preview yet.
No, I hadn't.
I've seen that and I've discussed it with Christina before. I do think it's a little weird that we're doing the buddy cop drama, the buddy road trip movie with sadness and happiness, and usually in those kind of movies, like they'll learn from each other. But considering that happiness and sadness are emotional constructs, how much can sadness really not be sad? That's her purpose of existence.
Yeah, I mean there is that.
But other than that, and you know what? I may be taking it way too seriously. It is a kids' movie.
I know. I do think Amy Poehler as happiness and Louis Black as anger are perfect castings.
Yes, Louis Black as anger is going to be great. But it does look adorable. And it's been a while since I've been excited for a Pixar movie, so there is that.
Yeah.
Damn it, Pixar, what happened to you? I know what happened to you. Planes happened to you.
No. Cars happened.
Now, Cars is an...
Cars was a good movie. Now, Cars 1 was a good movie.
Cars is an...
Every other movie they made.
I would have been
sucked.
fine with Cars as an isolated incident. When it became a franchise for them, that's when I started to be concerned.
Yeah. Now, WALL-E kind of redeemed them a bit, and then Toy Story 3 put them, I think, more back on track.
Really?
Yeah.
You like Toy Story? I don't know.
I love Toy Story 3.
I wasn't sold on it.
Sorry. I loved it. I cried.
I still
every
need to
time.
see it.
You cried.
Every time.
Okay.
It's one of those tugs at your nostalgic toy heartstrings
It really
movies.
does.
No, but you know what? I found out the other day that Tom Hanks was Woody, and I never knew that.
Yeah.
And
Never knew that at
Tim
all.
Allen was Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know why I never knew that. I just didn't.
It's not like he was disguising his voice or anything.
I know.
No, that was his normal voice.
All right, next we had Age of Adeline, otherwise known as Gender Swap Tuck Everlasting.
I really don't think I'll be seeing that movie in theaters.
It's about a lady who gets hit by lightning and bam, she's immortal. And so, like,
Yes.
100 years later, and like she's like still 30, and she's saying goodbye to her daughter, who's like 80 now.
Yeah.
And then she falls in love with the son of one of her old friends, and it's all awkward and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if it was like an old friend, but it was someone that she.
It was Harrison Ford. That's who it was.
Yeah. Let's be totally honest here.
I don't know. I struggle with those magical realism romance movies. Like, I kind of liked Benjamin Button, but
That was a good movie.
I didn't see that one.
Oh my god, you have to. It's kind of one of those mindfuck movies.
it's a
but
guy who ages backwards.
Wait, I know the concept. I've just never seen it.
It's. I think you know what. I will see Age of Adeline. I'm just not going to see it in theaters. So
Yeah,
I'll probably
exactly.
find it on my
Yeah, it
television.
just doesn't seem worthy of the big screen. And the last one was Jurassic World.
Oh my god, I'm going to see that.
I think we've seen. I've been to the movies 3 times in the past like couple months, and I've seen that preview every time.
It's gonna be big.
Well, it's Chris Pratt. Of course, it's going to be big. Like
Mhm.
everything he has turns to solid gold now.
Which, thank you, Guardians of the Galaxy.
And Parks and Rec.
I never actually saw that.
Yeah, but I've never watched Parks and Rec, but I would watch Guardians of the Galaxy at any point. If I can find it, I'll watch it.
Parks and Rec is amazing.
I need to get it on DVD. That's what I need to do. I got it for Chris for like his birthday on DVD, or was it Christmas? I think it was Christmas actually. Either way, it's available on DVD now. So yeah, Jurassic World looks awesome. I don't know who thought it'd be a good idea to genetically engineer new dinosaurs, but I would. You know what I would have done? I would have started smaller.
Yeah, them like a baby dinosaur or something.
That'd be like, hey, let's clone our first dinosaur. What dinosaur should we start with? How about T-Rex? Or, follow me on this one, something we can keep in a cage. Just something a bit more
No,
manageable.
but did you notice that the dinosaur that they cloned is a she? Because they kept referring to it.
Yeah,
in
that
like
was a thing in the first Jurassic Park. All the dinosaurs were women to stop them from breeding.
Yeah.
Were women to stop them to make them
All
males.
women. If you make them all males, then you have an aggression problem.
Yeah.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Not that having all women necessarily cures
No,
the aggression
right.
problem, but genetically, there's a lot less territory disputes.
Yeah.
Is she not at school?
No, she's at home now.
Oh,
Guys, it's only 3:06. What time did she get out of school?
Like 2:45, I think.
Oh.
well then yeah, she's had plenty of time to walk home. Alright, so unless anyone wants more driving car footage, and I don't know, is this making you ill, internet?
Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, really.
But we'll catch you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.